Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. So in today's video we're going to be talking about a subject which I've encountered a number of times. It is called academic overload. Let's get to it. So let's cut to the chase. This is basically a mental health condition which occurs when you're trying to do a job which is relatively high stress, and you're trying to study for a degree, whether it's a master's or a PhD or a bachelor's or whatever your degree is in. It doesn't really matter. So you're trying to do all these things, and there are simply not enough hours of the day. The first thing you'll notice when you suffer from this is you'll try to find these stupid little productivity hacks, and that's all they are, to create a few more minutes in the day. And those might be things like getting up at 3 a.m. and trying to write a paper, or doing an all-nighter, or drinking coffee or energy drinks all night to try and put something together, something like that. It won't work out very well for you. Those things are not productive. That is not the way to get things done. And basically, if you're writing a paper all night, that paper is going to be absolutely garbage. And if you get up at 3 in the morning, you're not going to write anything that's remotely coherent. Basically, it's going to be a bunch of trash. So then you'll probably take time away from work. So you'll be sitting there with kind of two laptops open at once. And yeah, I've done this. You'll be sitting there with two laptops open at once, trying to write a paper on one laptop and talk to people on another laptop about work, and you'll just jump in between laptops the whole day, and it is not good for you. Keep doing that. Eventually what will happen is the straw will come along that will break the camel's back, and you know what I'm talking about. It happened to me a couple of weeks ago. Is I was jumping between my work laptop and my school laptop, trying to write a paper and do some research and answer questions on my work laptop. My boss calls me about something very important. Okay, calls me into this phone call. This phone call was, to put it be polite, complete nonsense. Okay, so now I lose half hour of my day over complete nonsense. So my first words when I picked up this call was, this better be an emergency or I'm hanging up, because I had completely lost it at that point. Basically, I just that was it. I was like, oh, I'm jumping between this task, I'm jumping between that task, and now you give me something extra to do. Sorry, it ain't working out. That's all I'm going to say. And you'll start snapping at the kids. You won't do anything good. Basically, your schoolwork won't be good, your work won't be good. You'll be snapping at the kids, you'll be snapping at your spouse. It's just going to be a miserable existence for a few days while you basically get through this thing on your own. Because simply you cannot make more hours in a day. If you have overloaded yourself, you have overloaded yourself. That is it. And something's going to drop. Basically, is what I find. What I find is health and fitness activities drop right away. Is you'll stop going to the gym, you'll stop walking the dog, you'll stop doing all the basic things which are good for you, and you should always be doing these things, and you stop doing them because your schedule basically falls apart. Essentially, your schedule just disintegrates in front of you. It's a terrible thing to see, but that's what happens. And you kind of can stop cleaning and stop taking care of yourself and stop showering, and it gets really out of control, I have to say, when you enter the state of trying to basically get too many things done. It's a simple math problem, really. It's 24 hours in a day, and if you're trying to do 30 hours of work in 24 hours of a day, it ain't gonna happen, especially with the fact that you have to sleep at some point. You can't go hours and hours and hours without sleeping. You have to at least get a few hours in here and there, and it's best to get 7 hours in, to be honest with you. What's the answer to this if you're going through this right now? Sorry, there is no answer other than to do less. Maybe schedule some time off work. Delay what's not important is probably the answer. If something can be put off for a few days, then maybe put it off for a few days and focus on the most important tasks first, especially if you have a final project due or a paper due or something like that. Just focus on the important stuff first and delay the BS, shall we say, for later, because a lot of our lives get full of this BS nonsense, and because it's an emergency to someone at work, or it's an emergency for your boss, it doesn't really actually mean it's a physical emergency, because you have a bigger fish to fry, shall we say. So just prioritize things, and sometimes you gotta say it like this. Sometimes you gotta say, hey guys, I'm really busy right now, I'm gonna put this to one side, I'm gonna get back to this on Thursday or something, and just book some time on your calendar to go get back to this problem. Just tell them like it is. Say, hey, you know what, I'm overloaded right now, I can't do one more thing, and then book a time on your calendar for whatever day and say, okay, I have set this time aside for you, I'm gonna focus on your problem during this time, and just leave it like that, because it's the only way you can do it, because some things have to come first, some things have to come last, and it's complete BS that you can do two things at once, because you can't do that. Nobody can do that. None of us are superheroes. So good luck with your academic journey, and I know it's hard, but it will be worth it. At the end of the day, it will be worth it, but you have to climb the mountain first, and it's hard. It's hard, and you will suffer from academic burnout, and you will suffer from all these different problems. Just keep going, and you'll get there eventually. Thank you.